Hello, welcome. Happy Hanukkah. I tricked you. Who here went up to someone and said Happy Hanukkah or Chag Sameach? No one did that? No one made the mistake because of the CD? Hanukkah's not for another week. Oh, I was going to say I was delaying because Cantor was getting interviewed. So we had to make sure she gets on the news this afternoon. Are we ready? Channel 7. Shout out to Channel 7. All right, hold on. Just 1 second. Should I use this mic there? Yeah. Okay. All right, we are so happy to have everyone here on this terrible, sloshy night. There's 2 things I can assure you about our Cantor here. When she picks a lottery ticket, she wins. And when she picks a date for a concert, it's gonna snow. This is true. It's Cantor's Law, similar to Murphy's Law. So we are so delighted that in Buffalo, no one cares. You still came out. So it's wonderful, and please be safe in the parking lot. We do not need any injuries, even in this sloshy environment here. But we are really delighted as Congregation Shir Shalom on behalf of our board of directors and everyone in our congregation to be able to host this wonderful pre-Hanukkah concert and CD party. Did everyone get one of these wonderful Hanukkah night CDs? Did you get? Okay, wonderful. So if you look, you have the menorah, and what do you see? The Buffalo skyline. Does everyone see that? There are 8 tracks, and we're going to be hearing for them tonight. This was really a labor of love in the true sense. It is really not easy to make one of these things, and I had no idea, there's some musicians here, quite how hard it was. And then I watched. Cantor spend hours and hours in the studio. We have Ken Kaufman here, who is there you are on the piano, who is really the person really instrumental, and all the musicians here from the CD as well. So it's a real treat tonight, and I hope you have a chance to really be inspired. If you want gifts, these are available afterwards to purchase. You got the free ones, but if you want them for your friends and to support efforts like this, please do. And we're also very pleased. We have a number of sponsors, including our Buffalo Jewish Federation and other sponsors that you'll be hearing about at the end when Bruce gives the final announcements. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Cantor. Welcome. So our Cantor, come on, let's give her a... You can clap now.
Thank you. I guess I'm supposed to say something now. I'm a lot more comfortable singing than speaking. But thank you, everyone, for being here. I thank you to everyone who donated towards this album, whether it was money, time, talent. It took a village to put this whole thing together. I'm still working on some aspects of it. If there is anyone out here that knows how to navigate iTunes for any songs that are sung in Hebrew, I'm having a very difficult time getting on iTunes. So if anybody has any experience with Apple Music or anything, please step forward, and that's our last step. We are on Spotify and Amazon Music and about 10 other digital streaming streams. And I just really hope that you just enjoy the night and just enjoy the Hanukkah music. There's a lot of surprises, and there's a lot of stuff about food too, a lot of singing about food, because it's like the holidays, right? What are the holidays about? Food and eating, right? Oh, we're going to get into that. Yeah, latkes. What are some of the things we eat on Hanukkah? Sufgani. Oh, we got that covered. We got latkes covered. Anything else that we, any traditions in your family? Geld. We got that covered in the reception. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of stuff. All right, our first song, oh dear. I made copies of the program, and I probably didn't take it out of the copy machine.
Here we go.
We're just missing somebody important, but maybe she'll come because of the weather. All right, well, our first song is a traditional song. I think you're all gonna know it, and I hope you love it. O Hanukkah, O Hanukkah. Sing with me now, you know it. In a minute, here we go. Oh Hanukkah, Hanukkah, the light of menorah. Let's have a party below, that's the horror. Have around the table, give you a treat. Set people to play with the latkes to eat. While we are dancing, the candles are burning low. Ken Kaufman on the baby grand, and we have Mike Frank on drums, and Jerry Livingston on bass. Let's talk about Jewish food. Why don't we? Just yell some things out. Jewish foods.
Corned beef sandwiches.
Corned beef sandwiches, gefilte fish, more. Chicken soup, matzo balls, more. Brisket, more. Lox, more. Bagels. Yeah, you need to get something in my song. All right. Okay, this is going old school now. Who remembers kishke? Yeah. Okay. How about sour pickles? Yeah. How about latkes? Yeah. How about strudel? Yeah. Okay. How about a bialy? When was the last time you had a good... Does everybody know what a bialy is? It's like a very oniony bagel, but it's flatter, right? It's like, I don't know what you'd call it. Let's see. How about... I think we got it all. Kishke. Oh, blintzes. Okay. When you want to say cheese blintzes, you say kazina blintzes. And kugel. Oh my God. Well, every one of those gives me heartburn. I don't know what to say. But here we go. Der erste Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. Alle mit der Gläserle Tee. That's tea. Der zweite Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. 2 Potato-Latkes. Everyone. Und alle mit der Gläserle Tee. Der dritte Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. 3 Stücklach Strudel, 2 Potato-Latkes und ein Lemon-Bitter Gläserle Tee. Der 4. Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. 4 Säure Pickles, 3 Stücklach Strudel, 2 Potato-Latkes und ein Lemon-Bitter Gläserle Tee. Der 5. Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. 4 Cousine Blintzes, 4 Säure Pickles, 3 Stücklach Strudel, 2 Potato-Latkes und ein Lemon-Bitter Gläserle Tee. Der 6. Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. 6 Stückler Kischkes, 5 Cousine Blintzes, 4 Säure Pickles, 3 Stückler Strudel, 2 Potato-Latkes und ein Lemon-Bitter Gläserle Tee. Der 7. Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. 7 heiße Bialis, 6 Stückler Kischke, 4 Cousine Blintzes, 4 Säure Pickles, 3 Stückler Strudel, 2 Potato-Latkes und ein Lemon-Bitter Gläserle Tee. Der 8. Tag vom Hanukkah, mein Geliebter hat mir geschickt. Ach, lieblich Bikarb. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oi, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oi, what a relief it is. 7 heiße Bialis, 6 Stückler Kischkes, Fit gesehene Blinzes, Filser, Pickles, Drehsticklacks, zwei Pateten Lackes, und alle mit der Gläsele Tee.
I have no idea what you just said, but it sounded really good. A little bit. I didn't grow up with all that, but it sounds good. If anyone wants to make some, bring it back. My wife was more familiar. I think she understood the whole thing. She understands Yiddish. So Cantor asked me to compose a poem for this, and I was thinking about Hanukkah and menorahs and lights and all those moments of light that I wanted to capture while I was lighting my menorah. I was thinking all through the different seasons. It's not just about the winter season. There's light that comes into our lives. And when we light our menorah, or whatever your religious tradition, when you light your lights, what you're doing is you're bringing all of those experiences in your own lives into that moment. So that when you see the lights of this time of year, it should glow with all the things you love the most. So it's called My Menorah Lights. A floating yellow leaf from our backyard maple. The sun peeking through my kitchen window on a cold winter day. My 6-year-old's face when he is up to some mischief. Lying on the beach with my eyes closed on a hot sunny day. A yellow finch busily foraging for seeds. The pure white snow inflamed by light. My wife's eyes when we first fell in love. My family gathered around me, lighting the menorah on the 8th night of Hanukkah. May we all be blessed with such moments of beauty in our lives and music, of course.
A sevivon is a little top that is spun at Hanukkah time. It has 4 letters on it, and it's a game of chance. When it finally falls, you look at the letter that is up, right, from the 4-sided dreidel, and it tells you dreidel or sevivon or top, and it tells you if you're going to win or lose or take half or give half. It's kind of like, think of a game, not like poker, but think of a game where you put in and then you take out from a center treasure, yeah. So we're going to start off with a setting by Max Helfman of Sevivon, and then we're moving into the classic Sevivon tune, and then into a poem by Gloria Tatuski, who is here tonight. And she wrote this poem, and we put it to the song of Sevivon, to the tune of that. Gloria, can you stand up a minute and say hello to everybody? Gloria just recently published a book of many of her poems in it. She's probably, how many poems do you think you've written, Gloria? 100, 200?
Keep going up.
Keep going up? Okay. And she's still writing, and they're wonderful, and I hope you enjoy this.
סוף חנוכה הוא חג טוב, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, סביבון סוף סוף סוף, סוף סוף חג שמחה, שמחה chin. Gimbal stops, then I win. C'est vivant, spin, spin, spin. Sov, 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 we play, and sov, we spin. Hanukkah, we sing, oh Hanukkah.
סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, חנוכה הוא חג טוב, סביבון, סוף סוף סוף, חג שמחה העולם, נס גדול היה שם, נס גדול היה שם, חג שמחה העולם. Once there was a little top, it kept on spinning and it would not stop. You put it down on the ground, it started spinning round and round, round and round. It started whirling like a ballerina twirling, spinning far into the night with the children sleeping snug and tight. When the children got up to play, the top was merrily spinning away. Everyone was so amazed, the top could spin for days and days. Round and round it kept on whirling like a ballerina twirling, dancing by the candlelight. The top was truly a wonderful sight. Nun, Gimel, Hey, Shin, 8 days and nights the top could spin. As long as there were candles to burn, the top would turn and turn and turn. Round and round the top kept whirling like a ballerina twirling. How this happened we don't know. It was like a miracle from long ago. And on the last night of Hanukkah, candles were burning lower and lower and lower. The top kept spinning slower and slower and slower and slower. And when Hanukkah time had passed, the little top lay down and went to sleep at last. Thank you, Gloria. A beautiful, beautiful poem. We're changing things up a bit. I think a lot of you know this song, Ocho Candelicas, from the Ladino tradition. candelicas, ocho candelas para mí. Los pastelicas voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Los pastelicas voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Una candelica, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas para mí. We're having too much fun up here. We're really having a lot of fun, including everybody on that side that will be featured just shortly. Oh, okay. A completely different turn in the musical references now. We're going to be looking at two Woody Guthrie Hanukkah tunes. You want to explain a little bit?
Sure.
Okay,
So
great.
the first tune we're going
This
to...
is Mike Frisch and Tom Naples, by the way.
The first tune we're going to do is what's called a play party tune. Woody wrote zillions of children's songs, often in doggerel, and had a kind of instant connection with kids. In a play party song, it's designed to get the kids to jump up and act it out. The verses are all kind of silly: tap your toes, clap your hands, jump real high, run real fast, and so forth. And then, we don't have time for this, you would call up each kid by name, and then they would act out all the things that are in the instructions, and it usually ends up in exhausted kids, which is always a good thing, and a lot of giggles. So this is set to a fiddle tune, and it's called, I think in the program we said it was Hippity Hop, Happy Hanukkah, but it's also called Tippy Tap Toe, Happy Hanukkah.
Tippy-tap-toe,
Happy Hanukkah,
round you go,
my little Latka.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah, and around you go. Clap your hands,
Happy Hanukkah,
clap, clap, clap,
my little strudler.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah,
And around you go.
oh, jump real high.
Happy Hanukkah,
Jump real high,
my little fruity cake.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah, and around you go.
Run real fast,
Happy Hanukkah,
runny run run,
my little sugar pie.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah, and around you go. Now hip hop hop,
Happy Hanukkah,
hoppity hop,
my little rabbit.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah,
And around you go.
skippy skip skip,
Happy Hanukkah,
skippity skip,
my little honey bun.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah, and around you go.
tippy-tap-toe.
Happy Hanukkah.
Around you go,
My little Latka.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah. And around you go. Clap your hands.
Happy Hanukkah,
Clap, clap, clap.
my little Strickler.
On your toes.
Happy Hanukkah,
And around you go.
jump real high.
Happy Hanukkah.
Jump and jump, jump
My little fruity cake.
on your toes.
Happy Hanukkah. And around you go. Thank you. And that just got to where the fun starts, because after doing all of that, that's when you start calling up the kids by name. And they'd all have to jump up and follow all those instructions, and it could go on for hours, which it often did. So this is very different. It's another side of Woody Guthrie. Kind of a sweet little poem about Hanukkah. He was married to a Jewish woman from Brooklyn, a dancer named Marjorie Mazia. And I don't think Ruth Meyerowitz is here tonight. Ruth, you here? Because I believe Ruth took dancing lessons from Marjorie. Is that right? So there's a direct connection to Congregation Share Shalom and Woody Guthrie right here in our audience tonight. And this is called Hanukkah Flame. It's a sweet little poem, and it ends up in a nigun at the end, which you'll hear by then, and I hope you'll all join in on when we get to that part. Oh, Hanukkah candlelight, see my flame shining on my window's pane. Come flicker across my glassy glass and light each lonesome to pass. If your lifelong heavy load brings you down my path and down my road, my light of Hanukkah shines your way to ask you into rest today. Now Hanukkah candles dance is warm to help you weather your heavy storm. Shines like my lighthouse light this night to bring your worried soul my light. Now as I light my first and my last of all 9 candles to guide you past through these winds of blowing snow to take you to your Hanukkah home. If you don't wish to stop inside, too bashful, proud, or afraid of pride, I'll send my beam to light your dream under the snow where my new grass hides. If you don't wish to stop inside, too bashful, proud, afraid of pride, I'll send my beam to light your dream under your snow where my new grass hides.
dreamy. So we've presented, I think, 3 songs so far from the album, and the rest is just a lot of creative stuff about Hanukkah. So this is a mixed bag concert right now. It's not all about the Hanukkah Night CD. It's about just some wonderful Hanukkah music and just getting us in the mood for celebration. Yes. Oh, no, not yes. Yes, one more song, yes. So I would like to invite up the North Presbyterian Choir under the direction of Marlene Harrington. And they will be doing a song called Candles of Hanukkah by Mary Donnelly. I'm just thrilled about that. You know, they didn't really have Hanukkah music in their repertoire. So, yeah, so I went through my file. Now you do. So I went through my file and I said, I gotta find just the right piece, not a Hebrew in it and Yiddish and Ladino and all that, but something in English, but that also has that Hanukkah feel and it's danceful and uplifting, and you did it so beautifully, and now you've got a Hanukkah piece in your repertoire, and you're invited to hear every Hanukkah to do it again. I would never throw a new piece at you again like that. So that was wonderful. North Presbyterian, we have a wonderful relationship with North Presbyterian, a sistership, and we do a lot of pulpit exchanges, and we attend each other's events, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing to have great neighbors like this. Yeah, the next song is on the album. It's called Sufganiyot. Now raise your hand if you don't know what a Sufganiyot is. Don't be ashamed. Yeah. Okay. So sufganiyot are donuts. Donuts, right? And okay, so You saying like, well, donuts, why isn't it croissants or, you know, those cronuts or whatever? Why is it like donuts, right? But donuts are cooked in oil, and Hanukkah is all about the miracle of the oil, so we tend to eat a lot of oily things, like the potato latkes, which are potato pancakes, which are fried in oil, right? And then the donuts, right? So, sufganiot. Come on, everybody, they're standing in line. Stop making those donuts. It's Hanukkah time. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Sufganiot, sufganiot. Oh, how I love soup. You gotta join us. Sufganiot, sufganiot. Oh, how I love sufganiot. I go to the kitchen, I heat up the oil. I wait until it's ready to boil. Roll up the dough and put the jelly in the middle. I drop them in the pot and I listen to them sizzle. Everyone! Some like 'em hot, some like 'em cold. Nobody likes 'em when they get too old. Raspberry, strawberry, chocolate too. Those sufganiot are so good for you. Everyone! I love 'em for breakfast, I love 'em for lunch. Dinner time, snack time, I gobble a bunch. Only problem is when I eat too many, my tummy starts to hurt and I feel kinda funny. Take it, Dave. I go down to Paula's and share it and try them buffalo donuts that keep me alive. Peanut stick, jelly stuffed, chocolate glaze too. When it's Hanukkah in Buffalo, I'm glad I'm a Jew. Everyone! One more time! those Sufganiyot. That's Michael's cousin. My cousin too, Dave Lax. Well, if that don't bring the house down, right? I said, we were in the middle of this project, you know, Ken Kaufman and I, and we said we recorded Sufganiyot. You know, when we started this project, it was just going to be piano and me, and we were going to do a polite little thing, and we said, oh, well, we need drums, and oh, we need bass, you know, and, oh, we need this, we need that. I needed an accordion on another track, and then Ken said to me, harmonica, and I had been thinking harmonica the whole time, too. And then I said, sorry, I gotta import my cousin. Let's just stop all of this now. Stop everything. And he's saying, oh, he probably thought to himself, like, oh my God, I heard that cousin routine before. Somebody wants their cousin to be in it, oh boy. But, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. For something absolutely different. Any Gilbert and Sullivan fans out here? This is very much like, this is a piece written by Michael Isaacson, and it's called, How Do You Spell Hanukkah? Okay, you know, throw out some spellings here. That how you spell Hanukkah. How do you spell Hanukkah? C-H-O, you're old-fashioned. How do you spell Hanukkah? Somebody yell it out. If you notice on the program, we spelled it two different ways. We spelled, the album is called Hanukkah, Hanukkah, but on O Hanukkah, the old Yiddish song, right? I spelled it Chanukkah, and then some people spell it Chanukkah, and then so, oh well, you got the point, right? Right? All right, here we go. How do you spell Hanukkah with a question mark?
Hanukkah's a special time, no matter how you tell it. But one thing we cannot decide is how on earth you spell it.
Some say it begins with an A.
Some say it starts with C.
It is a bit confusing,
Though it really shouldn't be. It is a bit confusing, though it really shouldn't be. And that is really not the end of this most puzzling riddle.
is there only just one N, or are there two N's in the middle?
And if you think that's hard to judge,
Here's a question for today.
are there one or two K's in Hanukkah, or can you spell it either way?
Are there one or two K's in Hanukkah?
Or can you spell it either way?
And what about the ending? Is there an H or not?
We'd better find the right way while the latkes are still hot. This is a very big dilemma, no matter how you tell it. How can we wish you a happy Hanukkah if we don't even know how to spell it? So rabbis, teachers, scholars, why can't you all agree?
How do you spell Hanukkah?
With an H or with a C?
Hanukkah, Hanukkah, Hanukkah,
Hanukkah, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, Hanukkah,
Love it. Just love it. For something completely different, well, who makes your own latkes in the room? You make them from scratch?
Yes.
Anybody make them from a mix? Anybody buy them frozen and reheat them? Well, it's like anything that you make from scratch. It's a lot of work, right? A lot of trouble, time, energy, money. It's even more expensive sometimes to make things on your own because you need all these ingredients. But how does it taste? Much better, right? Well, I don't know how, but somehow or another this became a blues song written by Laura Hills. And make your latkes from scratch. She said, listen to me, honey, here's a piece of advice. If you want the best latkes, you gotta make them from scratch. Well, you can buy a mix, but that really won't do. Or you can buy them frozen, but your mama's telling you, if you want the best latkes, you gotta bake them from scratch. Now, if you want a treat that really is a dream, you gotta buy a pint of Weiss's Dairy Sour Cream. And if you want them begging you for lots and lots, just buy your applesauce directly from Mott's. But if you want to make latkes the best you can, you need plenty of oil and a big frying pan. To get the best latkes, you gotta make them from scratch. So I said, Mama, these potatoes are an awful chore. To peel them and to grate them is a terrible bore. She said, grate those potatoes. We're gonna make them from scratch. So I said, Mama, these onions really make me cry. Please don't make me chop them. I think I'm gonna die. She said, you'll live, chop those onions. We're gonna make them from scratch. Now, if you want a treat that really is a dream, you gotta buy a pint of Weiss's Dairy Sour Cream. And if you want them begging you for lots and lots, just buy your applesauce directly from Mars. So if you wanna make latkes that'll make them smile, you better stay in the kitchen for a long, long while. To get the best latkes, you gotta make them from scratch. Yes, to get the best latkes, my mama made them from scratch. What about these guys, huh? What about them? So that last wonderful song that was right before Make Your Latkes, I don't know, in the back row there, right? Anybody recognize those people in the back row? Yeah. They're members of our High Holy Day choir ensemble, the professional choir. They came in for this, for Hanukkah, and we can't thank them enough. Walk over to them during the reception and tell them how much you enjoyed their presence. Thank you. And how about the people in the front row? Members of Shiruna and of the Sing Shalom pop-ups came out here for Hanukkah too. So we're involving everybody here to my left for O ihr kleine Lichterlich, Oh my little candles.
O ihr kleine Lichterlich, ihr bestellt Geschichterlich, Mäuserlich und so. Ihr bestellt von Mutigkeit, Beherrschaft und Mutigkeit, wundervoll Amor, wundervoll Amor.
Spinning tales of such delight, tales of long ago, stories of our heroes old, stories told of times of old, wonders without end, wonders without end.
O wie kleine Lichterlich, mein Geschichterlich, wegen euch mein Pein, tief im Hals bewegt es sich, und mit Tränen freut es sich, was wird dieses sein? Was wird dieses
Thank you. Well, what about this gentleman sitting right here at the piano, right in front? Mr. Paul Staley. You see him most Friday nights, High Holy Days, our special events, and here he is to celebrate Hanukkah with us too. One more round of applause, please. And now a few words from our fearless leader, President Bruce Corris.
Thank you. On behalf of Congregation Shir Shalom, thank you guys for being here tonight. A very memorable evening. For those of you that are not members of our congregation, we do something like this about once a month. So, she thinks I'm kidding. No, we actually do a lot of special things like this. This is obviously a full-bore production, but we do a lot of special things throughout the year. And you never know what you're going to see here on a Friday night or a Saturday night or a weeknight. You just never know. But we rarely see something quite like this. Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov to Cantor Frank, who began this process. When did you start this? Like January?
We probably start, well, Ken, when was our first planning meeting for this?
I think it was around January.
Yeah.
Around January?
So a lot of months, a lot of hard work went into this. So mazel tov to you, and thank you to Ken Kaufman, who provided his engineering and mastering whiz to all of this. Tonight we're all doing the Kenny. And of course, thank you to all of the talented musicians who took part in this project and are taking part tonight. Do you feel that in the room tonight? Do you feel the joy? That's because of all of them. Thank you for providing the joy. There's really too many people to thank because, as the cantor mentioned, this was done through crowdfunding and generous donations from people, and temple funds pitched in. So I can't list everyone. If I had to list everyone, my speech would be longer than any of her songs. So I won't do that. But there are a couple of people we would like to acknowledge. We would like to acknowledge the Buffalo Jewish Federation, the Synagogue Council of Presidents, and Donna and Maury Horowitz for co-sponsoring the Onig, which will be following. We want to thank Deborah and Edward Fine for sponsoring the complimentary Hanukkah CDs, which you received. We want to thank Mark and Janet Slonim for sponsoring the beautiful photo backdrop out in the lobby. You see the tall guy over here in the green sweater who's been roaming the room taking pictures? Andy Schneider has been sharing his photography skills with us tonight, and I can't wait to see all of them. I also want to thank Robin Rayfield for her cool little new age Polaroid camera. Go figure, old school, high tech, really cool. So thank you, Robin, for doing that. Marina Finkelstein and Nancy McGorry for selling additional Hanukkah CDs. Let me see. Joanne, did you give me anyone else? Oh, choirs. I mentioned all of the musicians, but of course, we had the choir members from Shir Shalom and North Presbyterian Church, and of course, Paul Staley for being part of this as well. As Cantor mentioned, there will be additional CDs available for sale out in the lobby afterward. This was a labor of love. This was a big undertaking, and we did not want to charge anyone for doing the concert, for the CDs, all of that. You can buy additional ones, though, and they will make wonderful, you can't call them stocking stuffers, but maybe menorah mates. I mean, you got 8 nights, you got to give 8 presents, come up with some people, and buy them a CD. And then the other thing is, if you would like to make a donation to the Congregation Shir Shalom Music Fund, that allows us to do things like this. And so any donation that you can make to that would be greatly appreciated, and it will allow us to do more of these special things. Thank you guys for coming. I'll see you over there. By the way, high five. 2 other people want to say something to you. Where are they? There's Sheila. Where's Joanne? And here's Joanne. So I'll leave. They'll take my place.
We have to thank Joanne, too. My God, she's been behind the scenes, like, just organizing this whole thing. I said, she's always behind the scenes organizing everything. You don't never know quite how much she does until she's gone for like 2 days, and then everything falls apart.
Cantor, congratulations. This is from the Shir Shalom pop-ups and from the Shiranu Shirelles. Congratulations. And I have not forgotten Paul.
Cantor, we want to wish you Mazel Tov and Yasher Koach on an outstanding concert. Thank you for bringing this to our community. And some gluten-free treats, too.
Gluten-free. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. So the last song is a Peter Yarrow song called Light One Candle. The words are in your programs in the center pull-out. I'd like everybody to rise, right? We've been sitting a long time. Let's rise, and everyone needs to sing along. You'll get the the gist of it, we repeat the chorus, and there's kind of like a measure before we go back to the next verse. So there's 3 verses. We always double the chorus, and then it's got that big finish ending, and we have everyone participating here. And I want to thank everyone over and over again. Too many people to mention, but thank you, everyone, for making this a splendid night, a remarkable night for Buffalo and Jewish Buffalo. So thank you for everyone who came tonight. And don't forget to get your picture taken by Andy at the screen. It's going to be used, and you'll actually be able to get hold of it, and it's going to be a wonderful reception out there. So thank you, everyone.
Was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice, justice and freedom demand. Light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength and needy to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago.
And again, thank you everyone for a splendid evening, and go ahead and enjoy right in the social hall. Thank you. And thank you, Millie, for that wonderful, wonderful duet. Thank you so much. Thank you.